Hey friends, welcome back to another video. My name's Lefebvre and it's officially spring. Happy April, everybody. And you know, at the beginning of a new month, we are doing another birth month flower. So today we are going to be painting April's birth month flower, Sweet Peas. So let's jump in and get started. Before we jump into today's video, I just wanted to make an announcement that I am going to be teaching my second watercolor retreat with Utrecht, but this time in Spain. And it's happening at the end of this year from September 15th to the 22nd. Join me for a week-long amazing retreat as we stay at a serene 5-acre private estate surrounded by vibrant gardens and desert flora, complete with a refreshing pool and peaceful terraces for relaxation. And not to mention a week full of watercolor. This retreat is going to be geared to all skill levels, so if you're a beginner, don't worry. I'm going to be helping you with the absolute basics, but if you've been painting for a few years, we're going to be developing your style and working on those pesky struggles you might be having with watercolor. The retreat also includes amazing day trips as well as a private chef that is going to be absolutely incredible. So if you're interested, check out the link for more details, photos, and there's only 16 spots available. So if you're interested, click the link for all the details, more photos. It's going to be absolutely incredible and I hope you can join me. But for now, let's jump into our tutorial. Okay friends, happy April. We are on to April's birth month flower now with the new month. I have done daisies in the past for April's birth month flower, but the other one is sweet peas. So that's what I thought we'd be painting today. I really want to make it delicate and kind of like a transparent sweet pea because they're just such a beautiful, delicate flower. So that's what we're going to be doing. I have this piece of Academy watercolor paper. It's just cut in half. It's like a regular size paper cut in half. I have my Shinhan watercolors and I'm going to be using mostly a size 2 round brush today because we are doing it on the smaller side. So get like a smaller detailed brush out or maybe even a size 6 if you want, water and paper towel, and we're ready to start. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pencil and I'm just gonna give myself a guideline of where the stem is gonna be very, very lightly. So I know it's really hard to kind of see, but you just want to do kind of this little stem, maybe even break it up, but just like a guideline of where you think it's gonna go. Okay, so just, oh, I know it's very, very light, but you don't want it too dark because we don't want to see it underneath our flowers. Okay, and then we're gonna have just use this as a guideline of where we're gonna place flowers. If you want to make it even lighter, you can do that, but it just helps for that stem of where we're going to be placing our flowers. Then choose your color of your sweet peas. I think I'm gonna do like purpley pinks. They come in blue, pink, purple, white, but it's totally up to you. So I'm gonna start by mixing a really light purple here. So more water than anything, maybe even lavender, I don't know. And I just want it to be a very, very watered down light version. Okay, so sweet peas, it's kind of hard to see the shape of the petals, but it seems like they have these two kind of larger petals and then like these two or maybe even one smaller one underneath. So don't worry too much on the shape because they're very curly and they're irregular shapes. Not all of them are the same, especially from different perspectives. So you can really be loose with this. But what you want to do is take a really light wash of your color. And I like to almost think of like a butterfly wing. So I'm going to kind of come up and then I'm just going to do this like little kind of curvy shape like this. And I'm just going to fill it in with that really light wash. Like so. If you want, you can grab like a tiny bit more color and tap it into the edges or even the base, but you want it nice and light. Okay, and we're going to be making this like a transparent flower. So we're going to be doing this in layers. If you want to even grab a little bit of a different color, maybe even a bit of pink, tap it in there as well. Very, very small amounts of paint. You can do that. Okay, so that's one petal on one flower. Then we're going to move to another petal of another flower while we're waiting for this to dry. So we're going to grab our really light wash And maybe I really like the lavender color. It's a little bit more blue. And I'm going to do it again, maybe going this direction, but just squiggle, 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 like that. Fill it in. You can grab a little bit more color, like I said before. Maybe a bit more of the purple, I don't know. Like so. You can mop it up if it's a bit too much. Up to you. Like that. All right, so there is our second one. The trick is to keep this as light as possible. Let's do another one. This one I'm going to make a bit more pink, I think. And I'm going to do another one kind of down here. I'm actually going to erase this little line here. It's going to come right over the center. And we're just going to kind of do this petal with like a very jagged edge. Now, one thing that I've seen beginners get a little bit caught up with is when they do that initial outline, if you wait too long to fill it in, you're going to still see the outline. So the trick is to really get in there quickly to fill it in. So if you find that you see too much of an outline with your shape, you just need to get back in there a little bit faster to fill it in. I'm going to grab a little bit of that purple, kind of tap it towards the bottom. But you're really just using like the smallest amount of paint here. Okay, and then maybe we'll do another one, just a small one here. So if you do this outline like this, and then you wait too long to fill it in, you're gonna see that defined outline. So you really just gotta go in quickly. Like that, grab a little bit of the pink maybe. Like so. Then I might do another little, maybe a bud or something up here. Just kind of like a little bud shape. Grab a little bit of purple, like that. Then, while we're waiting for those to dry, the backings of these flowers have a little bit of like a green backing towards them. So I'm just gonna do like little tiny, almost like leaf shapes. I'm not going to touch the flower though. Just a little tiny green leaf shapes, not touching anything. And we're going to do the stem last because we're still going to be covering some of the stem area with more petals. Okay. All right, so let's let that completely dry and then we will do our second layer. Okay, so now that it's dry, we can do our second layer of petals. And again, you want to keep it really nice and light and transparent so you can see that first layer underneath. So we're going to do a second kind of like big petal here and fill it in. Again, you can grab some of the other colors and just kind of tap. You'll get this really nice layered look. Okay. Maybe this one's going this way. Like it doesn't even have to be a specific shape because these flowers, they look so different from different angles. You don't have to be specific with its shape, I find. A little bit more color there. Just kind of overlap them. Like so. Grab a little bit, maybe more color around the tips. Like that. And then maybe this one's kind of pointing down. I don't know. Like that. And like that. Okay. I'm going to lift a little bit of this. It's a little bit too dark. Okay. And then for our one up here, I'm just going to take a little bit of green and just do a little bit of a leaf kind of like a surrounding it. Like so. Then we're going to let that completely dry. Okay, once that's completely dry, you can do your last petals. I feel like I want just another one over here, so I'm just going to start another one like from the beginning. Maybe it's another sprig of the flower like that. And we can let that kind of dry while we're doing the other ones. I'm gonna grab a little bit of pink. Oop, that's a little too dark. That's okay. Okay, but these other ones should be dry. So now we're just gonna do like a smaller, it's like a curved petal like this. So it's smaller. You can even, some of them, you can see 2 of them. Like that. Of course, I'm putting my hand in this one. Like that. Maybe one kind of coming out to the side here. You can really just be creative with these shapes. This one, maybe just like a little one like that. You'll see. I'm going to do the little bit of the backing of the green on this, not touching it. I'm going to let that dry quickly. It's dry. I'm going to do another petal overlapping here. Maybe this one doesn't have to have the little petals. Like that. Then to finish off these ones, let's do the stems. So the stem is going to kind of come down, connect to each one very gently, and it kind of curves like with that original stem we drew. Okay. Just nice and delicate. You can do a couple little leaves, maybe add a little bit of blue to my mix. I just like a little bit of blue with this. Gonna tap it on some of the stem. Do a really light wash of a leaf maybe at the bottom here. Tap it a bit with a bit of a darker color. Maybe do another leaf. And they also have these like curly, windy bits. So you can always kind of come off of here and just do like a little curly. Like that. Ooh, I like that. I'm gonna connect this stem. Maybe do one more really light curly one coming off of here. Like that. And then finally, just to get a couple of the creases in our petals, I'm going to take a really light wash of our whatever purpley color mixture here. And I'm just going to do any kind of little divot in the petals. Oops, that was a little too thick. I'm just going to do little lines kind of coming down. And it just gives, that one was a little bit too dark. Gives it a little bit more texture to the petals. So when a petal kind of comes in, I like to do a little bit of like a line. And it just gives a little bit more of the, I like to call them movement lines because it just shows where petals are folding and stuff. But right when it kind of dips in, that's when I bring in a line. And I'll just do a little one here. Like that. And there you go. There are your sweet peas. So cute. I love the layered look for this. I'm going to do just like a little line here. But I love the layered look for this, and they're so delicate and beautiful and really not that hard to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed that tutorial. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you liked it and I hope you learned something. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and follow me on all my other platforms for tons more content. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.